Hey guys, it's another episode of Harmonica Keys. Hey guys, I'd like to continue my discussion on bending the low notes on the harmonica. Today I'll be using my favorite harmonica in the key of A, Lee Oscar. Guys, this harmonica sounds so good. Listen to these chords. This harmonica has such a full, rich sound, and yet I can play the low notes on it very well. Guys, I want to continue the discussion on bending that began last week. A week ago today, I did a video about bending the 2 and 3 draw. And I think I've learned a few things since then, and this is what I want to share with you. In that video, I stated that it was easier to bend the higher keyed harmonicas. And while I found that to be true when I wasn't really doing bends properly, as I've learned a little bit more about doing bends and as my technique has become better, I don't really think that's the case so much. Like this key of A is probably the harmonic I can bend the most. And I think really the main reason why is just this is the harmonica that's the most broken in. I've played this harmonica a lot. I've played these different tunes on it, and I've bent notes. And over time, especially as you bend those low notes, they just become, it's like they get worked in and they get easier to play. So this harmonica for me is the best right now to bend with, key of A. Let me show you guys a few things about bending I didn't realize before, especially with the 3-hole. The 3-hole is the hardest hole to bend on the draws. And it's because you're actually bending it the farthest. It has the ability to bend the farthest because of the way the harmonic, the diatonic harmonica is set up, so that the 3 repeats the 2 draw. That's done so that the chords sound right. But what that creates is a huge, a pretty large gap between the note on the 3 blow and the 3 draw. And that large gap between those 2 notes is what allows the 3 draw to go very deep. Deeper than any other draw. And so it's the hardest to control. Compared to the 2. It doesn't go quite as deep, but it's a lot easier to control. For me now, it's as easy to control as the 4 or the 6 or the 1. The 5, 2, also the 1. I can do the 2 just as easy now. And what I'm realizing, the thing that makes it easier is just practice and breaking in that reed on the harmonica and just, repetition. And it just becomes a lot easier over time. The one that's the hardest is the 3. I'm getting better at it, but it's still hard for me. This is the 3. It bends real low, and once you bend it, it's hard to come back to the original note. It's hard to get back, like it just hovers right below it. like James Cotton. I like his slow blues. The Angel of Mercy slow blues is awesome. It's probably my favorite harmonica track ever. And he does this in it. And I played it in that old tunes that I did, the old time tunes. I played this. Doesn't that sound awesome? It's that 2-draw. The 2-draw is so nice. It's such a rich sound, and it's actually not that hard to do once you get used to it, once you figure out how to do it. And I've been thinking about how do you describe bending, the process of bending to someone who hasn't done it before, and it's just hard to do. You know, it's like, it's not that you pull harder. That's what I used to do when I first tried to bend. I used to just like pull on that 2-hole real hard, and I couldn't quite get it to bend right. It would only like half bend, and I got so frustrated I would pull harder, and it wouldn't work. And what I realize now is, it's not how hard you draw on the note to bend it. It's the shape you make inside of your mouth. Basically, when I bend, it's like something opens up in the back of my mouth, and I feel more air passing through back there. And that change in pressure is what bends the note. It's not that I'm pulling harder, I'm just pulling differently, more from the back of my mouth. Like the 2, listen. First the 2-note draw, and then the bend. And it sounds nice if you just slide it back real gentle. The 2-draw is nice. The 3-draw is the hard one, because 3-draw has that big gap. It's real hard to control. It always sounds real breathy. And what I've noticed is that since I've gotten real good with the 2-draw, now the 4-draw, 5-draw, 6-draw, it all seems super easy. It used to be hard, like I used to have to draw hard to get them. And I just think, as you go lower down on the draw bends, like, 6 is the easiest, and then 4 and 5, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3. 3 is the hardest. Once you get to 7 and above, those are blow bends, which they're easy until you get up high, like 9 and 10. 9 you can do, but 10 I have trouble with 10. 10 is hard. So basically, with the harmonica, bending is just achieved by many, many, many repetitions. Last night I was doing this, and this really helped me with my draws. I was doing this. Starting with the 3 bent. I'm sorry, I was doing it on the 2. Let me start on the 3. I was just doing that over and over. That's just 3-draw bend. You start on the 3-draw bent, and you unbend it, and you bend it again. Then you start on the 2-draw bent, and you unbend it. And just repeat that over and over. That's it. And I just repeat that over and over. I watch like just 2 hours of TV, just flipping through channels and just doing that over and over. If you just keep repeating that over and over, it takes your breath away, but it makes those bends become a lot easier. Just repeat that over and over and over again. That's what I did. And it's making the draws much easier. The 3 is the most difficult, but I bet you in a week or 2 from now I'll have that 3 down just as good as the 2 if I just keep practicing. That's what I encourage you to do. Guys, the bends are very achievable. You can reach them, you can get there. But it takes many repetitions just doing it over and over. When I drive, I just practice. When I have free time, I just practice. In the evening, Like after dinner, normally I would just watch TV. Now I'll put on like a basketball game. I'll turn off the volume and I'll just practice. I'll just do things like that. Just practice as many times as you can. And just the more you practice, the better you get. I'm going to keep sharing with you guys the progress I make. Guys, it's harmonica keys. Keep practicing.